All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Process Server Messenger, a show where we like to talk about life as a process server, life as a messenger, and life as a small business owner. My name's Nick. I'm a process server and, yeah, all that stuff. Business owner, blah, blah, blah. Website developer currently most of the time. And just learning the difference between um, Codex and Sora and Sol and Sora. Which one was Sora? It's GPT, Sol, Terra, and Luna, and learning the difference between Claude, Fable 5, which I've been loving. We're going to get into that. Um, anyways, let's start the show, guys. All right, it is a steamy Monday. It's a little warm out here in Los Angeles. It is a little humid. I'm closer to the beach. I don't want to disclose. I've already doxed myself on this thing a couple times. But let's just say we're on the west side of LA and or near there. It's humid, it's a little hot, it's summer. Um Been busy, summer's always busy. Served a doctor a subpoena this morning. That went well. Those are easy. Made an attempt at some guy's apartment. That went well. They left the gate open, so I just walked right in. Thank you very much. Close your gates, people. Um Gonna have to make a couple serves later today, but I might just do that tomorrow morning. I really want to get this video up. I have been so busy, and the kids have been in summer school, extended school year, so it's been a little bit of a different schedule posting these, and I want to get more and more up because I think it's good. I think it's working, whether people watch it or not. I mean, I think it helps with I think strangely it helps with web search. Like if people are looking for a process server, and I'm doing these YouTube podcasts, it's not just on YouTube, but if I'm podcasting and I'm linking that on my website, it all somehow swirls together and it leads to more search results. And that's been the focus of my life for about 2 weeks, as trying to figure out I got to build this website as a marketing tool. So, but most people they do search like Google, they'll Google search or they'll Yelp. So you have to like optimize your stuff so that the search can find you and then present you to your clients, your consumers. And that's been everything's an extreme learning experience for me these days, just trying to keep up. Fortunately, I've had Claude, Fable 5, which I think is the best one. I know I'm always late to I'm not a tech guy, so I'm the latest guy. They've been talking about Fable 5 for a long time. It's really that good though. I think it's way better. I was a Codex guy. I've been doing Codex, and then I had to learn the difference. It's not just Codex. Like there's Sol, there's GPT 5.6 Sol, there's Terra, Luna. I'm currently using GPT 5.5. I think that's the version I'm using. But I went over to Claude, and they're giving you access to Fable 5 through July 19th, so a couple more days. If you have any sort of paid plan, they're giving you access to Fable 5. So I've been using that. It's like, oh my gosh, whoa! I haven't used GPT 5.6 Sol. I'm using currently 5.5. Let's what model am I using now? I'm asking Codex GPT 5. Okay, that's what I'm using. But apparently 5.6 Sol is supposed to be like better than Fable. Um, One thing I am learning with these different AI models and agents and tools is it doesn't do you any good to be loyal to any one of them as a brand, which is like how I mostly operate. I think I mentioned that in previous podcasts that that's kind of like more my style. Hold on, I gotta pause this. We'll be back. Okay, we're back. Anyways, the reason I'm talking about these different models is because I had mentioned in the past how I was more of a like brand guy, loyal guy, just lazy, I guess, lazy consumer. Um, ChatGPT was the first one, so that's just the one I used, and I stuck with it. And I used Codex, and I kind of learned how to. You guys would be ashamed of me if you knew what I was doing with it. I'm doing some basic stuff. I'm not a high tech guy. I'm not a programmer. I'm a hardly a vibe coder and just not you wouldn't be proud. Tech guys in San Francisco would not be proud of if they saw how I use it. I'm just so basic. I'm like basically just playing with a toy. I'm like a child that has access to a supercomputer and I'm playing pinball or something. You know what I mean? Like totally underutilizing it, not quite understanding what to use it for. Don't understand computers. Teaching myself a bad teacher and a bad student. So, you know, but I've learned one thing, and that these companies, Chat GPT, OpenAI, and Claude, Anthropic, they're putting out new models all the time, and you just gotta use all the models. And you could use the free version, you could use the $20 subscription version, you could do the API token model and do some hardcore stuff. But I mean, this reminds me of like I never was a big gamer. My friends were. I had friends who were, and I would always play their video games. So I mean, I liked video games. I played video games. I never had a console. I was always going to my friend's house to play theirs. Um, but maybe like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, there's a ton of consoles out there like PlayStation, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. They're on the PlayStation 5 now. What are they on the 6? I don't know what PlayStation they're on. There's Xbox 360. There was Xbox whatever. But there's a Wii. There's a Switch. Is Switch one of them? Anyways, my point is, if you're a gamer, sometimes you can't be loyal to the system because you're used to Xbox and you have Xbox and you want to get a new Xbox, but PS5 is like that's just the better. Everyone's got better games on there. Everyone's playing it, so you switch over to the PS5, and then in 2 years from now, Nintendo's gonna make a new one that everyone's playing. So you don't really show loyalty to video game consoles like that. You just every couple years somebody is the new top guy or top person with the best games and the best console, and that's kind of how you have to treat these models, these AI coding agent models. Right now, I've got ChatGPT 5. I have a Codex GPT-5, and for the moment, I have Claude's Fable 5. And they just came out with GPT 5.6 Sol. And I'm hearing that's better than Fable. So I don't have access to that. I'm going to look into that like later. Don't really need it. Again, the stuff I'm using it for, like, you don't need AI for what I'm doing, but I need it because I can't do anything. I can't do this without AI. People can, not me. Um, But yeah, I've been just basically using it to build my website and kind of optimize my pages for search engine results. And I think it's been working because I've been getting some random emails and people even filling out the form. And I've been getting a lot of random people reach out to me. And I think this is coming from better search results because my website is better, surfct.net. Check it out right now. Look at it. It changes every couple of weeks because I'm constantly showing my website to these coding agents and telling them what they would fix. So yeah, I'm doing HTML with the smartest coding agent in the world. So like that, you'd be ashamed of me for doing this. All right, if you see the things I did with these AI models, you guys would be you think I'm the stupidest person in the world because these things I'm doing like a 12-year-old can do it, but I can't, so I need it for that. But yeah, I'm basically having Fable build my website and optimize it for search engine optimization, and I have a WordPress that I use to make my site, and then I have Yoast SEO that shows red light, green light, and if I have a red light, I click the red light and it says this is your problem. I copy paste the problem into Fable and it says here's how you fix it. I mean, if I can't just straight up figure out how to fix it with myself just by reading it, then I throw it into Fable, throw it into Claude. I have Claude just make web. I have 3 different, I use the WordPress kind of formatting mostly, but I think I had Fable actually make my homepage too. And then I have 3 different pages. I have the homepage, I have an orders form page, I have a page for CT Corp, a page for LegalZoom, and a page for CSC Lawyers Incorporating Service in Sacramento. So the first page is just the landing homepage. That's where I want people to go. There's a button to click to the orders page. There's kind of just a lot of text and information on there. There's links. You could watch the video of these podcasts get posted on there. I put up the YouTube link there, so that's good. I think that's helping with the search engines. They just see that you're a real person. I've been asking for reviews, so I've been getting a lot of reviews. I think that's helping. I got 1 review, so I'm getting a lot. I got 1 5-star, but if I had like 100 5-stars, I think it'd be really good. But 1 5, we'll take it for now. It's funny because I got a lot of clients that they don't know how good I treat them. And then I ask for a review and they don't. You ask once, you put it at the end of an email, you go, thanks for the work. Here's your proof of service. And then they respond back, thank you. And then you respond back, thank you. And then if you wouldn't mind, here's a link for my business profile for you to leave a review. Thank you for sending me your work. Have a nice day. And they don't respond to that. And then you don't get a review and you go, come on, man. You called me at 9:00 on a Sunday night and I answered. Come on. You call me Monday. On Friday, you send me work. I tell you I'll do it on Saturday morning and that I'll get back in touch with you on Monday. And then Friday at 9 p.m., you're calling me asking what happened. And then I answer the phone and I even send you your stuff. I told you I'd do it Monday. I did it Sunday. Just because you called and I answered. And then I go, please leave a review. And then it's ghost town. Sometimes this podcast is just me complaining about my clients. It's also me trying to adjust this mic. I think this mic is so good looking. I love this mic. I love the way it looks. I love the EV RE. This is an Electro Voice RE20. Is that what it's RE20? I think. I love this mic. Love the way it works. I might get the other one. Everyone has the EV RE, whatever. It's RE20. It's like the black one. It's the same thing, but it's black and it's got slightly different um, whatever. You see other podcasts with this same mic, but it's all black, and it's just a slightly different. It's for broadcasting. It's a little, I think it's a little brighter, I kind of want to get that one next. I love this one. This is the classic one. I don't like to stray too far from like tried and true, proven things, but everyone's using that black one, the RE20, whatever. It's the same thing, but it's just even more optimized for vocal recording. I think basically it gets the higher frequencies better, a little brighter, but it's just exactly the same thing, slightly different. Exactly the same, slightly different. Amy Poehler uses that one, I think. I don't. It's just like I think I saw a clip of Amy Poehler's podcast. I think that's the one she uses, and I'm not going to look. All right, I rambled for a lot, just spit off a lot straight from the dome. Previously, I had established that I was going to do. It was going to be formatted. This podcast was going to be better formatted. So we're going to go into the format right now. We're going straight to it, and we're going to go back to a lot of these things that I talked about, but I kind of want to stick to this format scenario. Oh, there's supposed to be music here. There's supposed to be music here. All right, guys, we're going to have to try that again because there's supposed to be music here. Oh man, I hope this. There's supposed to be music, and there's supposed to be. I think I deleted the. We're gonna get this right, people. I don't. We're doing it live, okay? I have stock music that we can use. I paid a lot of Adobe stock. Whatever this is, the first thing that comes up, we're doing it, okay? Status, go. Whatever. Status, okay? I think that was a little too loud at first, so I hope I didn't blow out your eardrums, but work in progress. We're doing it live, okay? All right. Sorry. Status. Process server short stories. Cover jobs I did this week. Oh, God. I went way into Orange County and tried to serve a business that doesn't exist anymore, so that was annoying. Long drive, Orange County beach in the summer, crowded. Everyone's having fun. I'm in traffic. Not cool. And it was no one is even there. I didn't want to go, but I went because it was a business, so I assumed they'd be there. Usually, hey, it's a residence, who knows? But business, you look them up online, it says they're there. Your client gives you that information, you go. I'll be able to bill out pretty good for Orange County. Not going to love the drive or the traffic once I get towards the beach, but at least it's a business. They'll probably be there. And they weren't. Bummer. Okay, another residence I attempted. I went and personally served someone in another beach town in Los Angeles County this time. That went well. Personally served. Let's see. Personally served. I kind of don't want to talk about that one though. Some people you just don't want to. You don't want to. I went to this house. I was supposed to post documents there, but I went to this house and it was Beverly Hills, completely vacant. So that was whatever. Yeah, windows open, fence around, a whole thing. Went to went to a residence in Glendale, an apartment building, tried to serve someone there. Eventually this defendant reached out to me. It's like a family thing that they're going through, divorce, it looks like, or dissolution of marriage. Um, and so she reached out to me, and she might be the petitioner in this case, a petitioner and respondent, right? So a petitioner, I think she petitioned, and then she's dumping this guy, the respondent, and he has to respond to her by serving her certain paperwork. So she's aware it's coming, and she reached out to me and got my number, and I ended up serving her at her business, which was a couple blocks away. So that ended up working out really good, and I appreciated that. Always feel free to reach out to me, and we can schedule service. That makes it so much easier. Let's just be adults about this. Reach out, give me a call, I'll serve you, we'll get it over with. You don't need someone knocking at your door 3 or 4 or 5 times. Just call me, I'll be there. Went to a weird sheriff's office building in Linwood. I think that was Linwood. That was at. Let's see what the Hawthorne. Yeah, Lennox Hawthorne Station. Why did I say Linwood? Hold on, I'm gonna Google map this. Hold on. Hold on, people. Lennox Boulevard in Inglewood. That's where it was. Right? Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Yeah. Hold on, people. I'll get it. Okay, I'll get it. Okay, yeah, it's in Inglewood. Okay. Lennox. Maybe that's why I said Linwood. Lennox, Linwood. They're not really that close, so maybe I drove through in Linwood to get there. I can't remember. Anyways, it was weird because it was like closed. There was no one there, and I was like ringing the buzzer, and I had to use the intercom at the parking. It wasn't even it was a parking lot. It wasn't a parking facility. It wasn't like a garage or like a concrete car multi-level parking place. This was just the parking lot behind this building, and there was a gate and a little buzz intercom, and I called somebody, and I don't know, they must have been at lunch or something, and I was serving I think a sheriff who worked out of that department. His attorney told me that it was okay to serve anybody there, and that they knew it was coming, and that they were just gonna go ahead and have it served. Okay. So yeah, so I went there, and they had told me, like, first of all, I went to the building. I went to the wrong building. I went to it's a kind of like is multi building. It's a location that had a public library. It had like a city. The city had offices there. The city of whatever, Inglewood. It was like a city center. They had a library. They had other city offices. They had a sheriff department. A lot of times sheriff's offices and sheriff's departments are going to be in facilities that have other municipal or county infrastructure, or office buildings. So I went to the one that was open, and the guy there told me that he was like surprised I was serving someone at that, because they said it was like the undercover, like anti whatever undercover unit, like they do like 21 Jump Street stuff from that one. So yeah, that was easy, but never been there. Went to some, and then they were telling me, I didn't even ask about the undercover stuff, and I was like, shouldn't you keep that undercover? Like, don't tell me. I didn't ask. I'm just here to serve the documents, not serve, like, help you. But Let's see. Went to CT Corp. Don't remember this one. Don't remember that. Oh, served a guy, served another guy, posted some docs. I've been getting a lot of work out of the state of Indiana, which is all right with me because Indiana has a thing with the documents I'm serving, summonses, that you can just post it on the first attempt. So shout out to Indiana. That's really cool. You can just go somewhere, and if no one answers, you post it. I think the only time you're not supposed to post it is, now don't quote me, I'm not testifying here and I'm not giving you instructions. I'm just kind of like conversationally, anecdotally discussing my general experiences. But out of Indiana, you can, as long as there's like, if the location, you, if it's not unoccupied, so you go to a house and you look, and either the windows are open or the shades are drawn, and you see inside the house, and there's a ladder and there's a paint bucket and there's no furniture. Okay, this house is not occupied. There's no TV. There's nothing. It's empty. Just a couple of paint buckets and some ladders. You go, oh, no one lives here. They're working on the house. Then you can't serve it. Or let's say someone answers the door and they say you have the wrong address. They don't know that person. This is a bad address. Okay, you don't serve it. Other than that, basically, other than those two scenarios, you can subserve, serve, or post the documents on the first attempt. No diligence. You just go and post. So, like, essentially, this is like most of them. You just knock on the door and no one answers, and you can just post right away, just right then and there. And no, I mean, as long as, like, there's no signs indicating that it's the wrong person that lives there. I don't look at, I mean, I don't go through mail, you don't touch mail, you don't even look at the mail. That's I mean, you could look at it if you can see it from where you're standing, but you really should be careful with mail. Don't even mess with that. Don't serve documents in a mailbox. Don't touch a mailbox. Don't even look at a mailbox. But, you know, sometimes people get stuff ordered to their door. They get packages UPS to their doorstep. So you don't touch that, but you can look at it. And if it's a name confirmed, or that's even better. If it's not confirmed, you take a picture and maybe ask your client, or maybe you take a picture and post the documents and then ask your client. But for the most part, out of Indiana, it's they make it easy for the process server. So I really appreciate that. And let's see what else we got going on. A lot of posting. I'm just going through my photos. This is the status section of the thing. So we're talking about previous jobs served. Served, posted. Yeah, a lot of posted. Just a lot of posted, a lot of CT Corp, a lot of CT Corp. That's good. That's what we mostly want to do. We mostly want to do CT Corp. A lot of CT Corp. So that's a very good thing. That's what we're going for. So that means it's working. Okay. I just don't have videos or pictures. I said I was going to work on that, and I didn't, but I will at some point. Who knows? All right. Hold on. We're going to get this next one ready before I mess it up like the last one. Oh, man. All right. Well, let's try it. It might be loud. Sorry, people. Coverage. So, this is where I want to talk about local stuff, things I've seen, food pops ups, events I tried. No, nothing really, other than I was driving through Inglewood during the World Cup. I think when I went to serve that sheriff, there was a game being played. I don't know who it was. It might have been Spain, Belgium. That might have been it. I can't remember. That's just the last game I remember. I think that was played at SoFi in Los Angeles. Um, it might have been that day too. Traffic hasn't been too bad around that area. I saw a lot of buses and transportation and stuff moving by. I think they've done a good job. When I went through that area, it seemed like I was expecting more traffic and chaos. And we have the Olympics coming up in 2 years, which I have tickets for, so I'm going. So that'll be fun. But I've been worried about like the traffic. It's just going to be a nightmare and how we're going to handle it. And LA already has bad traffic, so what's going to happen? And if the World Cup is any indication, it's going to be fine because they managed to do that pretty good. I didn't notice any traffic being crazy at all. I mean, maybe the freeway was a little more crowded. I couldn't even tell. There's always traffic. It wasn't any worse. So good for them. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the World Cup, I guess, because they had games out here at SoFi Stadium. I've been seeing a lot of watch parties. A lot of bars have different countries they're rooting for. I've seen an English bar. I've seen a Argentinian fans at a bar. Mexico, USA. Those are popular teams out here. It's been fun seeing them. I haven't gone to any viewings or whatever. I guess I should have gone. Maybe we should have gone to one of those watch parties. I was downtown. They were doing a downtown watch party. That might have been even earlier, about like 2 weeks or something. And I drove around while that was going on. That was a pain in the butt. There was a lot of traffic downtown at that moment, but it looked really cool. So I hope they do more of that. I think they had one at MacArthur Park this weekend or last week or something. Those are cool. A lot of people. I like that they're leaning into that, like public viewing, public showings of games and sports and stuff. It makes traffic a little crazy, but it's worth it. I gotta do better on coverage. I think they said that last time. I don't take enough pictures of cool stuff. I don't do enough cool stuff either. But we're gonna just move on. I told you I wanted to stay with the structure. I wanted to stay with the format, and I wanted to keep it going, and I just got to develop these a little bit better. But even until they're developed, we're gonna stick with the structure. And this one is vibes. Okay, apparently that one is just bird sounds. That what I just played for you. I took that off Adobe stock. It said Guatemalan something. I saw Guatemala and I thought maybe it'd be cumbia or something, or some sort of something cool and psychedelic cumbia, and it wasn't. It was just birds. Okay, this is the vibe coding section. This is what Vibes has become. Vibes is what I've been working on, what I've been doing, and so we're gonna just jump into the website, and I'm not the most prepared for this, but we're just gonna jump into it, and we're gonna have to bear with me. This is what I've been working on. This is what I spend most of my time on in the weekend. Is I got this open. It used to be Codex, but now it's Claude, and the Fable 5. You can see right here. But we're extending Claude, blah blah blah, through June 19th. So for the next couple of days, I got the best version, and then after that, they're gonna be like, "Hey, you gotta pay for this." Okay. Summarize what I've been using for recently. Tell me things I've done good, things that I've done stupidly, and how I can use Claude better. Yeah, let's just see what it says, and I'll try to show you. I'll show you the website. I'll pull up the old. I'll pull up the old website so you can see what we've been working on. Oh, you got it right there. Yeah. Okay. So you can see what we've been working on. This is the new site. It's got a lot of text. It's got a lot of SEO keywords. It's got my podcast right here. It's got the mailing list subscription. This has request service button right here. And you fill out this form. I mean, it looks ugly, but it's got, that's what I'm talking about. You see, it's got that green SEO score light right there. You fill out the form, you choose your file, you upload your documents, you submit the form, and then I get an email. And then down here, it's got information about, it's like frequently asked questions type of stuff. And then there's my little 5-star review. There you go. I've also got this CT Corp page that just shows you information about serving CT Corp. So this is just straight up like search engine. I got an orange light here, or I guess it's green, red, yellow. That's orange, but it's kind of like a yellow light. I got stuff I got to fix. And again, there's my phone number, but just another link to the request service button. You can go back to the home page, and you can see I have LegalZoom, and I haven't finished the LegalZoom one, but man, I want to show you. I do have a version of it. Let's see if I can pull it up. I have a version of it. Claude had a version of it. Okay, you can see it maybe. Whatever. I'll show you Claude's. It doesn't look much different from this, but you see there's one for LegalZoom and one for CSC lawyers. I have the LegalZoom one done. And I think just having multiple pages, just really laying out exactly what I do, answering frequently asked questions, little graphics, little design, having the podcast there. I think that's really made my it's really made my search, people been able to find me a lot easier. People are able to do a search for me and then find. I've been getting random emails from people, which is what you would expect if it's going to work. Is you're going to start getting a lot of emails from people, just like a cold call email, like "Hello, do you serve this?" Which those are some of the funniest emails you get, because it's really like the way that people send emails to you when you're you're like a business, like a service. It's like, I don't want to say rude, but it's very direct and very funny. They don't realize that there's like a person on the end of that, the way that people talk and speak to like customer service or whatever. It's like, there's a human being on the other end of this. Okay. Anyways, I mean, you wouldn't tell from my website because this is all AI. I mean, this is what AI slop looks like. It's not slop, but you know what I mean? I didn't code this. I didn't come up with these words. This is AI. I read it. I fix the errors. If I find an error, I catch it and I change it and I kind of tweak it here and there. But this is mostly, all this text is AI. It's all, I just tell Claude to do HTML. Just make me a website that I can copy paste. And I copy paste the HTML into into my WordPress. And there you go. Then that's how I got this whole site. I like this background right here. This little, I wish I had you see this area right here, serving CT Corp? This little background, I like that graphic right there. It doesn't really appear anywhere else. It kind of, you can see a little version of it on the top on my icon, but it's just right there and right here at the bottom, and I think it looks really great. But it's not on any of the other pages. This page is really dull, but it's good. It's just the order page, so I kind of want it to be a little dull. And then I guess I could use a little more design on this, but I think it's fine. I'm not really interested in tweaking it that much. Whatever they put out, I think it looks good. And over time, if it bothers me, then I'll go back into, I'll go back and change it. I like how they faded the color right here. You can see this border, but as you go up, it kind of fades and blends. And then over here, you got a little red. Anyways, okay. I'm asking Claude what we've been working on, and I want to see what it says, how it summarizes me and what we've been doing, and not just me talking about it, so you can see for yourself. I know there's a way to tell it to just do yes to everything, but I'll figure that out later. We're extending Claude Fable 5 access on all paid plans, as well as keeping Claude's codes weekly rate limits 50% higher through July 19th. So there you go, guys. You got a couple days to have access to Fable 5 like me and get your work done on the best thing out there. And then I'm going to try to next figure out, what was the other one? Sol. GPT-5.6 Sol. So I got to try that. You just got to keep trying. And those, I only know OpenAI and Claude and Anthropic. So there's other ones out there too. That maybe one day I'll try. I should. I mean, you really should just try them all. It's like we're at a point where nobody is the front runner. At any moment, someone could take the lead, and then the next version comes out and they take the lead, and then another person's version comes out and they take the lead. Codex and ChatGPT have been there the whole time. Claude, Anthropic have been one of the top at the whole time. They've been a competitor, and I think right now they're in the lead. They got the best product, but people are saying good things about Sol. And okay, let's see what this says. I only have visibility and transcript stored locally on this machine. One prior session plus this one. No broader Claude. Oh, really? Partial picture. Lo-fi beat. Oh man, they didn't even. Okay, this didn't go how well I thought it was going to be. Well, let's see what it says. Done well. You gave a concrete benchmark instead of a vague spec. Here's an existing app. I was trying to make the beat generator better. You let Claude ask a clarifying question, committing to an approach. Session shows good engineering discipline paid off. It read old code bases first. Task plan and build. Blah, blah, blah. That's the kind of thing you want. Done less well. This is probably relevant. This is something probably I do on every time I use AI. So it's probably relevant. One message kicked off a huge multi-hour, multi-file build with zero mid-flight steering. High trust, but also no checkpoint where you could redirect if it drifted. Wrong trade-off on audio quality versus build time, for example. For builds this size, a check-in partway through is cheaper than a full redo after. The project isn't a Git repo, so there's no commit history or rollback safety net for the sizable generated code base. Worth getting it before the next big build. Okay, so I can, all right, whatever. I understand that you have like a version control and stuff. No feedback was captured anywhere, nothing in memory. So whatever you thought the result, good or bad, isn't carrying forward. If you liked how it approached the rewrite or hated something about it, tell Claude explicitly. Let's that shape future sessions instead of starting cold every time. How to get more out of it. Keep giving concrete comparison targets like the Codex app. It's clearly strong prompting style for you. For big one-shot builds, ask for a brief pause checkpoint. I don't know. It's not my style. All or nothing, baby. Put projects like this under Git so Claude can commit as it goes. Tell me explicitly what worked or didn't after the build like this. I'll remember it for the next time instead of re-deriving your preferences from scratch. Okay, first things first. What is the best way to store each session so I can ask you questions about last session? I wanted to be able to answer that question. Like, what did we do last time? It says it's only stored locally. Fable takes its time. It's smart. Smart things and people need time to think. Look at all those tokens. I have no idea how many tokens I have. I have the $20 a month subscription, and I have never run into token issues. But I don't think I'm doing crazy stuff, like big stuff. I'm like making a beat generator, and I'm doing HTML. So, nothing crazy. You'd be ashamed. My Git would be, it's like the stupidest. It's like coding for someone who doesn't understand what someone with too much confidence and no understanding. Sort memory. Okay. Two separate mechanisms answer this. Continuing the exact conversation Claude saves every session automatically. You don't need to set anything up to pick back up in the literal same context. Claude continue. Ooh. I didn't know Claude continue or Claude resume. That's a good one right here. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of, let's get rid of this. Shows a picker of past sessions to resume, or Claude continue. Okay. Well, I'll know that. I'll remember that. Asking a new session about an old one like you just did. I can find and parse the raw transcript, but for a big session, that means grepping through huge JSON file cold every time, slow, rediscovered context, already extracted once. Stop complaining. The fix for number 2 is a memory system. Instead of reparsing transcripts, I can write a short summary of what you built to persist in memory right after the substantial and future sessions. What did you work on last time? Okay, yeah, do that. Okay, good for you, Claude. Answer Claude's questions. It's basically going to make a summary so that when I ask next time, it'll just read the summary. Users answers Claude. Let me to start saving, blah, blah, blah. Yes, short memory session. Use Claude, continue Claude resume. Okay. What about Git? How should I use Git? Is that like GitHub or what? Guys, I know I'm the stupidest guy here. I'm the stupidest guy in this space, but whatever. You're only as strong as your weakest dummy, I guess. Git version control tool that runs entirely on your own computer. It tracks changes. GitHub is a website that hosts repositories in the cloud. So GitHub is like a it's like a social media. It's like you want to show off your stuff to nerds, and you want other nerds to be impressed by you, which is actually what I kind of want. I think I am doing this for, there's no point in doing something if you're not doing it publicly and sharing it. For a project like your running Git in it in a folder turns it local tracking. Then we'll make changes. I can commit checkpoints with messages describing what changed. Blah blah blah. Later what? Cloud backup. You connect it to GitHub. Yes. If you don't know, if you never know, like if you're not sure, just say yes. Just go into your Claude Fable 5 and just type yes. Just type do it, and then let Fable figure out what it thinks it should be doing. Right? All right. I gotta figure out this Git, because I'm gonna get to have versions on my computer. But I gotta have that online. I gotta have it on GitHub because I need the other nerds to be impressed by how cool I am. Otherwise, there's like no point in even living your life if you're not putting it on social media. And that's true. That's a fact. I believe that. If you're not doing it on TikTok or whatever, then like you're not even doing it. It's like a tree falls in the woods. Can anyone hear it? No, they can't. So the squeakiest wheel gets the grease. Okay. Look, times have changed. Things are just public. You just have to have a podcast. You have to have a GitHub. You have to have I was going to say OnlyFans, but you have to do it. No. You got to be out there. Life is public. They're filming you all the time. Let's tell it. You have to be public. That's just the world. It's public. They're filming you all the time. The aliens are filming you. The UFOs are filming you. The traffic cones are filming you. The cars have cameras on them. Everybody's filming everyone. The process servers are taking pictures. Everything's just public. So you got to control the narrative and get a podcast in. Okay, back to Claude. I have GitHub already. Do you want to connect to that? How does that work? Can you just do my GitHub for me? Can you take care of Git and GitHub for me? Yeah. Please say yes. I can only learn so much. I didn't expect to be doing this during this session, but the reason I'm doing this for the podcast is because I want to be able to have my coding agent be able to have a communication with me. I just asked it if you can talk and describe for me the different programs, and I think if it has this set up Git, then I'll be able to share and have more communication and be able to talk to my Claude, and then I can have a feedback. I can ask it, what have we been working on, and then I can come back on here and summarize it for you. I really thought I was going to spend most of this time talking about the website that we built. I wish I can get that up here for you. Window capture 3. What's window capture 3? Serving. Let's see. I have my yeah, here we go. This is what I thought I was going to work on. I was working on this is the browser Claude. This is the version of Claude in the browser that I was asking it to help me with the website. So this is the LegalZoom page I'm going to put up. This is mostly what I was working on. Is it weird that I use Claude in the terminal and I also use the Claude chat like on the browser? Do you guys do that too? Is that just some dumb guy stuff? I'm just a dumb coder and this is like a stupid thing. Because honestly, this right here, what you're seeing on your screen, this is like a lot of how I actually operate. I'll have both of them open and I'll like use the terminal to like execute stuff, and then I'll use this to kind of like ask questions and kind of be a dummy. Chat GPT, I mean, the chat, in the browser, this right here, this is like, I use this the way that like you would use like a instant messenger. Like I'm talking to my friend, like, hey, what's going on? Hey, talk to me. But anyways, here's I'm a little more chit chatty in this one. All right, guys, we're gonna have to pause this. Hold on, I got something coming up. We'll be right back. All right, people, we're back. I've gone a little long on this segment. I got interrupted by some work that came in, some emails, some phone calls. Basically, I paused this podcast and continued the old Claude. And so what we got here is I set up a Git and I logged into GitHub so that now that when I'm making stuff with Claude, it'll automatically put it up on this little GitHub that I have. You can see, oops, no, that's not what I want. I want this. Yes. You can see that's my Git page, GitHub, and I have the lo-fi beat generator posted up here. So I guess from now on, stuff that I vibe code on this podcast or for this podcast is going to, we're gonna be putting that on GitHub. So find my GitHub. There you go. Follow my GitHub and Caceres and see the whatever. Let's see. This is what I put up there. Do I have hold on. I'm going to see if I can open Claude. Yeah. This is what I put up. I don't know if you're hearing that, but this is the Claude version of a lo-fi beat generator. So that's all the vibe coding stuff is going up on GitHub now. Let's see if I can pull that back up. So you can see I said logged on to GitHub authorization, logged in with Claude, and it says done. Everything's wired up. GitHub is authenticated. Lo-fi beat generator is public. GitHub repo with auto pushing going forward, and a new project. We set up a GitHub project generator, which is now committed and pushed live. No action. Just tell me what you want to work on next. Question. There is also Git on my computer, so it's local and on GitHub. That's what I was trying to do. I have a local version and then have the GitHub so I can be social. Yeah, 2 separate copies. Local Git, all right. And yeah, okay, cool. All right, so that's what we did. I got a couple minutes left with this podcast. I kind of went long on the vibe section. So we're going to this next section. We're going to finish this section. I'm going to commit to finishing what I started. I just need my yeah, hold on. Okay, I got route. That's the next. All right, so route, what I'm doing to improve servect.net software and tools. A lot of what I do in route is covered in vibes lately. It's not always going to be that coincided because I'm not always going to be vibing on servect.net, my website. Go check it out. And software and tools. But for now, that's what we're working on. That's what's going. So basically, what are we doing for servect.net in a nutshell? We just got to improve the search. We need a better search. We need better Google search results when people go online. Google, whatever, anywhere you search. Could be on your chat GPT. It could be anywhere. Anywhere where someone's trying to search for serving CT Corp, serving Uber, serving LegalZoom. I got to be the one that comes up. So that's what I showed you the website earlier, and that's what we're working on. So that's the route. I'm out of time. We got to cut this podcast off. But I still wanted to stick to the format, so we're doing that. Okay, all right. We're sticking to the format, and then we're gonna do the last section. Now we're just powering through. We're powering through. This is lessons. What lessons have I learned? Lessons. Messenger philosophy, observations, goals, creative. Lessons is don't be brand loyal. Always switch to, these corporations don't love you like that. So you shouldn't love them like that. It's transactional. You find the best product. That's healthy. That's called free market. That's called economy. That's called capitalism or socialism. I don't know which one. I guess either pick your one, but ultimately we're just trying to find the best product and the best space and the best. So don't just settle for nothing that's no good, you know? That's the lesson. There's a whole bunch of options out there. Codex, you have the new Sol, GPT-5.6, you have Claude, Fable, which I'm losing my access to in a couple days, but and then in a month there's going to be another one. It's July 13th, 2026. By Christmas, there's going to be 10 new competing stuff, and use Claude, use OpenAI, use whatever's out there. There's got to be a billion different ones. I only know of those two. There's probably more. Just try them all. I think we're at a place where they're competing. It's like no one's come out in front. Everybody, it's like just a race right now, and in 1 week some companies in front. Fable 5's in front now. It used to be Codex, and then it's going to be Codex GPT Sol next, and then Fable, and then they're going to be a Fable 6, or there's going to be a bunch of different things, and you can't just stick to one. You kind of have to try them all, and that's kind of like, it stinks because you got to pay for each one. You got to either have a monthly subscription, or if you're hardcore, you do the API, and you get the whatever, you get tokens and you pay for it as you go, and it's got to be expensive. So that stinks, but that's what it is right now because they're all changing so much, and some of them get better and better and better, and then it's like one's better than the other, and then the next day the other's better than the one, and it's just a constant. You got to reassess where you're at all times. That's the lessons. And with that, we're going to close this thing out. Thanks for watching. I'm going to keep vibing and building. And if you need anything served, let me know. Go to servect.net. That's my website. Leave comments, like, rate, review, subscribe. Do it all. We'll be back with another episode shortly. Thanks for watching. Bye.